Oops. こんばんは。Ouch. I am going to make it's going to be kind of like a live. The only reason I'm not doing a live is because my husband has the Mac, and so I can't go live on my phone. Or at least last time I checked I couldn't, so I'm just gonna come here and do it by uploading later. ライブしたかったけど今 Mac 家にいないからいない Mac ないから携帯からちょっと動画撮って編集なしでアップロードしたいと思います。でいつも撮影するときこの子が慣れて叫ぶ。This boy always wants pets. As soon as I press record, no matter like what time of the day it is, he's like, I'm the main character. Excuse me. Tall boy がフィーチャーやってほしいと思います。Mr. San. So what I have, apart from token, is some kaki. You interested in that? Persimmon. Token 以外紹介したいものは柿。おいしい。それ同僚からもらって、同僚の庭かららしいです。Those persimmon are from my colleague who got them from their garden. So that's exciting, all natural. And then obviously I'm not sponsored, but I'm drinking Gamer Subs in my cup covered with stickers by me, stickers by my friend Nekoniku, some Ibuki stickers, some more Nekoniku, Ibuki, and the rest of all mine, basically. Nekoniku というアーティストのシールと、いぶきちゃんのシールと私のデザイン結構いっぱいあります。ゲームサプスという飲み物飲んでます。で、したいなのはこの絵を描きたいと思います。I want to draw this. However, I'm going to be doing it a little bit differently to have been doing it lately. So I've got various markers here in my mushroom bag. Markers and some colored pencils. マーカーと色鉛筆などキノコのバッグに入ってます。これ使うと水成分 I forgot how to say watercolors in Japanese, but watercolors. And I've also got these I painted over it, crayon ash water soluble crayons. I've got I still don't know how to say it. It's written in kanji, it's too difficult. Sui blah blah blah. Watercolor no crayon this. I've got my little jar of old brushes. Got some water in a mushroom cup. このカップ水入ってます。I've got this funny sketchbook that I think we can use. Maybe sketchbook 使うかもしれない。Then what I've got here is I used this when I was teaching fashion drawing last year, and I kind of had people come up in groups and I was showing them various techniques. using all of the materials I've just showed you and a few more. I think, yeah, I used some oil pastels here, this like shiny one. 去年専門学校働いた時ファッションドローイングの授業の中でこれを使いました。でみんな一人多分3人ずつで私の机まで切ってくれていろんな絵を描き方法を教えました。オイルパステルを使いながら、マークなどいろんな柄描けますよと教えました。So now what I've been using it for and what I started to do with it the other day is I wanted to prepare some papers and make this drawing as a collage rather than just a flat drawing. So, for example, this is Zade and her top is, and her sleeves are pink. So I was coloring pink on this paper on top of the photograph. So I might cut out those bits then and then just glue them on rather than drawing directly on the paper. I think this might give it some depth that maybe I felt like I've been missing with digital drawing, and I just kind of wanted to have this freeness of movement with the coloring and then to clean it up by cutting it later, if that makes sense. で、直接紙じゃなくてこの絵をコラージュで描きたいと思います。で、例えばザレのソーレとトップスとかピンクやからこの写真の上にピンク塗ってで後で今ちょっとオレンジとピンクミックスしたりここもオレンジともう一つの色混ぜようかなと考えてる。あ、そしてザレとマナミの肌色painting しました。I also colored Zare's skin and Manami's skin just with watercolors here. So I think now I'm gonna change the camera setup and show you what my desk looks like, which is very messy. じゃあ今から机を紹介したいと思います。ちょっと聞いてないけど。I'm gonna try to do this as beautifully as possible. じゃじゃーん。I think that was fairly successful. Although, okay, so I said I was not gonna edit this, but I think for the sake of your ears, I'm gonna just stop this video, rearrange my camera, and start again. ちょっとこのビデオをポーズして、カメラの場所変えます。でも編集しない。Okay? Yo! Okay, I changed the direction of the camera and the super zoom, so hopefully you can see both me and like what I'm doing. I've done one layer of this, but I've got a feeling 2 layers is going to be better. This Posca is a bit old too, so このポスカちょっと古いからちょっと弱くなったというかだから今もう一回塗ります。ポスカ好きけどなんかあまり長く使えない気がする。すぐじゃないけどなくなる。これはちょっと薄すぎるんじゃない？これ何のためにやったかな？ I forgot why I made this. color here. It's a bit weak, so I think I'm gonna continue. That's kind of pretty though. With the orange underneath it, it's kind of nice. And now here, I definitely wanted to make yellow. Oi. 失礼します。このオレンジに絶対黄色作りたかった。うわ。スーター、大丈夫ですか? Is the lid okay? This is kind of like pointy, so it's a bit annoying. For covering a larger area like this. But I'm gonna try my best. I think it'll maybe have a nice effect anyway, because you can kind of see the lines, if that makes sense. Come here, sir. ちょっと遅いから時間かかるこれ。I feel like I wouldn't normally say this no matter what's going on, but I feel like it's appropriate. I feel like I have been going through it lately. And not that like anything bad's happening, or you know, I don't want to be dramatic. But I don't know. I think just mentally feeling like not right. Sad and sensitive, emotional. But maybe it's just a change of seasons thing. You know, I usually get ill when the weather changes. So maybe that's kind of what's going on, really. 最近何も大きいこと起こってないけど、最近メンタルが良くない気がする。悲しいし、繊細だし、ちょっとセンシティブすぎるというか、よくわからない。なぜか。でも私大体天気結構変わったら風邪ひいたりなんかちょっとうつったりするから、そういう時期かな。じゃあ次、ななみの紫ドレスしようかな。紫ちょっと試したい。このすごい青ちょっとテストするからこれだけ塗る。I just want to do a test right here, so I'm just doing a little bit to start. I'm going to take this purple pencil on top of it. I think this is a bit too much of a warm purple. Hold on, let me just color it over here and see how I feel. この紫ちょっと暖かいからこの青と合わないかな、個人的に personally. No. この青正解じゃない気がする。Maybe this blue isn't the right thing for me. It's to make this purple. I was hoping it would, but this is why we are experimenting. Oh, that's kind of nice. This is kind of what I meant earlier about experimenting. Like, if it was digital, I would just pick the color I want and it would be really easy. But I'm trying to do this with the limited materials that I have. And so it's kind of a fun challenge, I think. これデジタルだったら色山ほどあるんじゃない？選べるからしやすい。でも今あるものでマナミのドレスの紫作らないといけないから、こういう感じ試しないといけないから、ちょっとチャレンジみたいな感じが欲しかったから楽しい。Let's keep trying. I just got an idea. Mister, come here. That's kind of beautiful. I like that. I don't know if this is the right paper though. I know I did it for the skin with this paper, but I think if I do that, it'll be like too samey. Oh, maybe this will be good actually. Hold on. Like, この紙肌色使ってるからちょっと違う紙がいいかな。同じ紙だとちょっとsame 同じなりそうから。でもこのピンク紙の上に面白いかも。なんか深い色かな。あ、もっと紫必要かな。じゃあこの場合ちょっとドライさせてもう一回もっと紫ともうちょっと白いもしようかな。I think I'm gonna put more white and brown, purple on here. But I'm gonna let it dry first. But I think this is probably looking good. It's kind of made more of a deep color, if that makes sense. Because this like water soluble crayons, there's like a translucency, right? So that pink kind of comes through nicely. じゃあ靴下は何使おうかな。これかな。あ、これ。I'm gonna use this for the socks. And I want the socks to be both a kind of light pink. 靴下ちょっと薄いピンクにしたいから、これはどうかな。あ、これちょっと死んでる。This marker's kind of dying. I think that's not gonna work, and I'm gonna throw that away. I kind of want to try this, but I think it might be too orangey. これちょっとオレンジ、ちょっとオレンジすぎるな。全部試し。これかな。あ、これいいかも。ザーレの靴下かな、これ。あ、全部なくなってる。How's everyone else feeling? Hopefully not like me. みんな元気？私と一緒かも。この天気だと。おお、このパスタまだいけてる。あ、逆に、これも波。これ誰かな？ I think I'm gonna do it like that. And then for those socks, I normally add this detail like this. So I think what I'll do is once I cut them out, I'll add that detail. だいたいみんなの靴下だとこの詳細というかこの部分書くからこれ書いて聞いたら書きます。これしてるな。じゃあ後でドレスこれも着るで紙だ。紙は何の紙使おうかな。これにしようかな。じゃあまなみをもうドレスと紙も薄い紫から同じ色じゃないにしたい。髪やからこれかな。Because it's hair, I think I'm definitely going to use this, but I'm going to mix it with something. And her hair is kind of curly, so I might draw in circles. And think about maybe this big. Manami no kami ちょっとカーリーやから丸々丸々丸々丸々丸にします。I think the other reason I've been feeling a bit down, I mean it's getting darker earlier as well. I started working full-time in March. Yes, sir. Come here. Come here, sir. Do you have something for me? What do you have? Oh, thank you so much. Wow, Toa-kun. Arigatou gozaimasu. こっち来て。こっちこっちこっち。Come here, sir. Come here. Thank you. Brought me a little ball. So I started working full time in March for the first time in probably over 4 years. Since then, I've just been working freelance, basically, like a couple days a week here and there, and working from home on freelance stuff. And so since March, having to be somewhere 5 days a week, basically, it's been hard, I think, for me adjusting. No shade to my job. And I know a lot of people are like, girl, I've been working 5 days a week since I was an adult. But, it's just like, I haven't been, okay? That's you, not me. Pink どうかな? I wonder if pink is the right one, but this is also dyeing, so I think I'll just do it in bits and then it'll be kind of uneven and that'll be nice. I'm gonna throw this one away too. Damn, it's all down. Mm. なんか最近元気ないというかの気持ち、一つの原因が多分3月から4年ぶりぐらいフルタイムの仕事始まって、なんか4年ぶり週に5日間事務所というかいないといけないわけがもう慣れてなかった。まだ慣れてない気がするね、みんな多分そういう仕事してるかもしれないけど、私苦手かも。もっと家にしたい。もっと猫と一緒にしたい。Oh, her hair is light purple, but I'm kind of liking, I love these dumb Muji markers. I can always do this again, but I'm kind of liking to make it a bit darker and deeper, if that makes sense. Oh, and this is fun because I've already done the colored pencil, and this is a water-based marker. It's not taking like 100% to the paper where the color pencil is. That's kind of a nice effect. Maybe this is very blue, so I'm definitely going to cover it up again with something to make it more purple. この青めっちゃなんていうかくだらないものというか安いもん無地のマーカーなんですけど、この色めっちゃ気になってどうしようかな。まなみの髪薄い紫けどこれ塗ってもう一回上になんかしたら可愛いかな。こういうレイヤーを作る色を重ねたりするのは好きです。I like layering like this. Layers of different mediums. It's fun to play. And I think, like I was saying earlier, with the pink paper layering, it adds some kind of depth to it. It's not basic. You see what I mean? I hope you guys can see this because I've got not it pointed at me. Let me just copy and check. Because of the pencil, the marker's not completely covering it perfectly like it might normally if you get what I mean. 色インプットも塗ってるから、このマーカー、なんていうか、100% カバーできないというか、から薄い部分もある。好き。けど、もっと紫から、どうしようかな。これやってみ。おー。ちょっと弱いかな。I like it, but it's a bit weak, I think, that white marker. I'm gonna try a bit of watercolor. Okay, this is not it, but I'm gonna do it. And then I need to kind of make it lighter again, yeah. I don't know, I kind of like this actually. I just think it needs to be a bit brighter. It's a little bit too dark still. So I'm gonna let that dry, and then I think I'll come in with the water soluble white marker and do a layer on top to make it light. Which reminds me, let's have a look at this. Okay, so now I want to, let's see, this is her dress, right? So I think more purple everywhere. And white as well. Okay, let's see how we're going. Yummy! Oishiso! 私だけかもしれないけど、たまに色見たらなんか美味しそう思っちゃう。フルーツの色とか。だいたい赤ピンクと黄色見たらいちごバナナの味思い出すから美味しいなと思っちゃう。Okay, that's looking fun. That's where I originally drew. I had that first layer, so I think over here where it's just got the one layer, I think I'll do a second layer on those two. 最初ここだけ塗ってたからで一回ドライして今このぐらいやったから後でこの辺もう一回やろうかな。Okay, so we have socks, dress, collar, her sleeves, right? Oh, yeah. What am I missing? Oh, her hair and her skirt are red. So, I'm gonna use this. Now, red I think is going to be fun because I'm going to use this because this is white and this will look really good. Let me try. Let's try over here. あらこれも死んでるんじゃん This one's already like dead, man. What the heck, Brandy? What did you do to yourself? Wow. I clearly need to go shopping for markers. Okay, so that's like pretty dead. I do have a little one, but not two little ones. Binyo. Binyo けど逆にこれも重ねたり塗ったりいろんなマーカー使ったりするのはいいかも深くなりますかな Maybe this one also not being super strong is a good thing in that it's gonna add some flavor to it, some texture. I'm gonna keep this one. これ keep するけど、こいつも試しる。I'm gonna try this one. Okay, this one might be the strongest. So that's cool. So, last month I took part in an exhibition called October in Hibiya in Tokyo. They have like monthly events, like artist meetups where various artists exhibit, but October is the like yearly big event that's held over 4 days in 3 of the gallery spaces instead of just the one they normally have for the monthly one. It was my second time attending, but was my first time exhibiting, and it was very fun. I got to exhibit something new that I hadn't showed to the public before. So that was exciting. I'll show you those in a minute. Stay tuned. One thing, her hair is not the same red as her dress. It's a little bit like of an orangey red, so I kind of need to figure out now. I think I'll just do watercolor over a little bit of this to achieve that effect. 先月、October という年に1回の展示会、日比谷にある。で、そのイベントが毎月もやってるけど、ちょっとちっちゃくちっちゃく小さくちっちゃいどこだった日比谷でのギャラリー毎月一つ使ってるけど、毎年の10月が4日間3つのギャラリーで展示会イベントというかあります。で、今年初めて参加しました。イエーイ。楽しかったと、初めて新しい作品見せていただきました。後で見せるから少々お待ちください。これがいいかな。ちょっとドライしないといけない。ちゃんとの色確認。I'm gonna let it dry so we can really get the true color. Now I'll show you my art. Oops. This is one painting from the exhibition. This is Manami, so you can see this is her hair color, her collar, and her dress and socks. Just holding a pretty flower. And it's part of my series Zamashiyu. Manami desu. 紫髪の紫ドレスと靴下も点の可愛いManamiちゃん。This is a old, like a vintage French fabric that's very beautiful. And I wanted to try painting on fabric. So this is my first time and I think pretty good effort. 次もヴィンテージの生地の上にペインティングをしました。これはザレちゃんです。赤ピンクのザレちゃん。ザマシユ、ザレ。And then Ma is Manami、しずり、ゆき。後でこの2人見せるけど、とりあえずザレ and Manami だけ。I'm only gonna show them two today. But yeah, I showed those paintings as well as some other painting and 2 sculptures and some like products were for sale. Okay, so now I think what I'm gonna do I'm kind of concerned about like the sizing of everything, so I think the best way to do this is probably, and like considering this purple, for example, for her dress, I don't actually have that much of it, so I think the best way to work out the sizing is, when I can find some scrap paper, maybe I'll use this. I got some old magazine paper, so I think that'll be good. ちょっとサイズちょっと気になって、例えばドレスのためこれしかないからそんなに大きく作れないから、これちょっと想像しながら書いて切るかな。So how do I want to do this? Maybe red first. So let's see here. So I think like what I'll do, this is my size, yeah, so with that information I can draw Manami. このサイズ書いてるからちょっと黄色から見にくいかもしれないけど、この線の中にドレス入らないといけないから、ここで書いたら聞いてわかりやすいと思います。パートンみたいな感じ作ってるね。服作る人はわかると思います。I think this looks like, this is really reminding me of making patterns for clothes. So I'm sure all of my fashion girlies and boysies will understand. Is there an opposite of girlies? I feel like for me, girlies and boys, guys, all of those are kind of like gender neutral for me. I hope that's not offending anyone. 日本語だと girlies というスラングあるかな？あると思うけど知らないだけ。紙絶対小さすぎるやったな。色の。I think my colored paper is gonna be too small for Manami's hair, so I'm probably gonna have to redo that or add to it.ちょっとラフに書いてます。後でちゃんと切ると書く。だから。ラフ。I'm just drawing this a little bit roughly because I'm gonna cut it out in a second and that'll kind of clean things up a bit. Has anyone been watching anything fun lately? I have been into, I don't know how to pronounce it actually, pluribus? No idea. It's Apple TV Plus. Oh, I don't really like the shape how this is going. ちっちゃいかな。 try over here and see how I go. あんまりこの形好きじゃない。ちょっと待って。これかわいいから、もうちょっとこう。後で青で描く。I'll color. I like this, so I think I'll just draw over this with blue to get my final shape. But yeah, I've been watching Pluribus, or whatever it's called, however you pronounce it. 発音わからないけど、Pluribus かなというテレビ番組、Apple TV Plus の最近ラナさんと見てます。結構面白い。まだ2まで見てないけど、次楽しみ。だいたいそういう怖いやつ見ないけど、面白くて止まらない。I'm not really into those kind of what I would call like scary TV programs as I get older, but this one's quite interesting. When I was young, I used to really love things like X-Files and horror movies, anything kind of like weird and slightly spooky. I really enjoyed. I'm so impressed by my phone for keeping going. じゃあ、開きます。パターン作ります。で、こういうパターン何回も使えるから、この絵も何回も作れます。なんかミニ絵工場作りそう。I can make a little drawing factory because I can use these patterns over and over again. So it's kind of funny in between of it is all handmade, but it's like slightly reproducible, but everyone I would make would still be ever so slightly unique from the coloring process mostly, but even the cutting, you know, it's probably going to be slightly different every time because I'm human. I'm human. 人間やからこのパターンも何回も何回も使ってもすべての絵もちょっと違う部分あると思います。人間やから 100% コピーというかできません。それは人間の良さと思います。I think that's a good thing about humans. I hope you can see. I again apologize if I'm going out of frame here, but I am stuck to doing it like this. Okay, please accept it. Okay, so we got Manami's head. Kami ちょっと集中してる髪の部分。肌が先に張るからこの細かさしないかもしれない。こうやって本当の頭みたいな感じ切るつもりやから肌より髪に集中してます。I'm paying more attention to cutting out the hair nicely, rather than the skin, because I'm gonna paste her skin down first, and so I might just cut her head out of her skin color paper instead of this like detailed shape, and then her hair can go on top, kind of like a real head, if that makes sense. So I'll make this bit round, I think, for her head, but at least this has been cut nicely. 次ドレス。Today is my day of work, and usually on our days off, the person who has the day off is the one who makes dinner. But today I had to go into work just for an hour, and so I mean, I would still normally make dinner in that case. Like, I only went to work for an hour. However, thankfully, Tomo made a big dinner last night. And, like, we only ate half of it, so half of it's in the refrigerator. So I might change some of the flavor a little bit, just so it feels like a little bit new and fresh. But otherwise, dinner is pretty ready to go tonight, which is great because for the last week, all I've been wanting to do is this, but I've just been very busy, so it wasn't possible. 今日休みやから2人の晩ご飯の担当ですけど、昨日旦那さんが大きな晩ご飯作ってくれたから、もう半分ぐらい残ってるから、今夜はちょっと味だけちょっと変わるかな。なんかもごま油入れようかなと思っただけ。もう本当にシンプルの味変更してトモ作ってくれたのやつ使います。ラッキー。今日も休みやけど仕事行けないといけないんだになったから1時間だけやけど、まあ電車乗ったりしてたから90% 休みだったみたいな感じなので晩ご飯作れなくてラッキー。そしてこういう絵も1週間ぐらい前にスタートしたけど進めなかった。もうこれしかないしたいけど他のことで忙しいからやっと今日できるなと思ったら一人ちょっと休休んだからちょっとだけ仕事行きました。ちょっとだけ。まあいいんだけどしゃあないね。休まないといけないためにね。Okay, so thankfully you can see with the red lines here where I've drawn. So this is the right side up, and this is also the right side because that's what it is. I'm pretty sure I drew it like that. However, which way does it fit? Have I totally buggered this up, or am I crazy? I'm not super good at like puzzles and things, so how did I mess this up? Oh, I see a yellow line here. Wow, that's brilliant. こうかな。ギリギリギリギリ。So close, but so far. Am I crazy? あ、こう、違う違う。Okay, maybe I did this all a little bit too giri giri. But let me keep trying. Are they? What did I do? I see the yellow line here. So if I match that there, but then that's there. And that kicks that off a bit. Maybe it was like this. Yeah, that makes sense. So I just appear to have ignored that yellow line I drew. So I'm just gonna lightly draw with this colored pencil here. This colored pencil is very weak, so it's kind of good for this, where I don't want it to show so much. もうめんどくさい。本当にギリギリしすぎたし、この黄色線無視しちゃったから。やってみ。なんとかするから大丈夫から。I'm gonna keep all of these little scrap papers, of course, for future drawings. You never know when you're gonna need a little purple thing. すべてのスクラップ紙もキープしたいと思います。いつか使える可能性があるからキープした方がいい。今も思った。ここちょっとミスしたから後でちょっと入れる。I missed a spot here because I cut this a little bit too tight. So I'm missing a little triangle here. So I'll add that later with these leftover bits. So it's always good to keep the leftovers. Now, next, okay, so I've done the dress. Yay. Next, let's do some socks. Oh, I have to be careful. I've kicked so many things around already. I'm missing a sock. Where's the sock? Oopsie. もっと気をつけなあかん。一つの靴下なくしちゃったけど、靴下も一緒やからこれだけでいいわ。で、ちょっと紫、こうしようかな。これにする。で、I'm gonna do it 逆。Because I don't want the red line, even though this pencil is weak, to show. 赤い線見せたくないから裏に書いてます。で、これ、ちょっと待って。こう。そっか、向きが一緒やから、ちょっと待って。こうやから、逆でした。 have to be careful of the direction of everything. So when you make patterns like this and you are drawing them out like this on the back side, just make sure to pay attention that you've flipped it so that it's the right direction. Easy to miss that. Same if you're making clothes ever. Sometimes you have to pay attention to what the pattern says and whether or not the pattern is facing up, or you need to cut a pair or cut two, because we all have a left and a right side on our bodies. Sock number 1.これも服作ってる人知ってると思うんだけど、生地切るときもそれを気をつけないといけない。2枚かペアか1枚と生地なんか柄の向きとか気をつけないといけないから、これちょっとファッションと似てます。はい、靴下完成。ここでで、靴下の部分を描きたいから、この色にしようかな。かわいい。かわいい。靴下見える。Now they're looking like socks. Yay. Cute. Just one more layer there. もう一回。かわいい。Okay. じゃあ、靴下 OK. Now let's do the collar. Hopefully I made enough yellow. Ooh, this might be giri giri as well. これもギリギリかも。Okay, so oh no, totally fine. Okay, cool. I've been excited about this one because it has the black letters printed underneath, so I think that might be kind of cute, but let's see. Hope so. I think I want them to be up here like that. 覗ってます。Oops, I'm tracing. These are a bit small pieces, so it's a bit hard to see, but I think it's okay. Miru kana? Ah, miru. マジ弱いけど、ちょっとキラキラになった。見えるかな? I don't know if you can see it, but that red marker is weak, but it's made the areas where I drew shiny, so I can actually see it really easily. And then, but also it's not obvious once I cut it where the line was. Hopefully this fits nicely. Otherwise, I might redo this purple piece altogether, which I don't really want to do, but I'll check that in a second. Who's who? Let's see here. Oh, it's a bit too big, but that's good because I can layer it like this. ちょっと使ってた。 Let's see. これも若干大きすぎるからちょうどいい。重ねるからかわいい。They're a little bit too big, but that's actually perfect. I'm not really sure how I did that, but it's great because I don't have to worry about fitting them in perfectly. There's a little bit of overlap, so I can just kind of glue it on top and it'll look fine. That's good. Okay, now Manami is this orange color. So we've got her face, her legs, and her legs are like this, and then her arm. Great, we've got plenty. So because this is watercolor paper, or not watercolor paper, but I've used watercolors, there's some inconsistencies, so I just want to be kind of careful of where I put the pieces, just from an artistic point of view. Kind of want this dark piece to be where her knee is. Hopefully there's another dark bit. Cool. これ先にペイントしたからちょっと完璧オレンジではないから暗い部分と明るい部分とかちょっと点とか変わったところ、これも紙ついちゃったからそれはちょっと無視したいのでちょっとちゃんと場所決めてから覗ってみます。I think this is gonna be too weak, but let me see. あ、ちょうどいいんじゃん。この紙と青、この鉛筆。さっきより見える、ほら。This pencil is actually much stronger on this paper than I expected. You can see it a lot more clearly. On the other paper, it was just making things shiny. Now here, like what I was talking about earlier, see, I'm gonna have her head come up like that. And then we'll put her eyes and eyebrows on top too. I'm not gonna bugger around with it, cutting that bit out. 頭描きました。目とかも切るのはしない。後で白と黒重ねるから。楽しみ。I'm excited to see Manami in a collage. じゃあ腕終わり。腕足腕これは腕と頭だから最後が髪やっぱり足りないな。ちょっと待って、これ切る前に頭の色ちょっと見ないといけない。やだー最悪じゃん。Okay, so I think it's gonna be really hard for me to like recreate this. So this time what I'm gonna do, what I should have done like I did with the dress kind of, is mark roughly where her hair is. Like that. and just color this whole bit. I'm gonna do it in a different order, as you can probably see. Just because I'll be honest, I can't really remember exactly the order I did. And I have a feeling it just might be better to do the blue first. I don't know, I just have a hunch. 前と一緒の順番ではない。量覚えてないし、まあちょっと考えたら、先青塗った方が良くない気がしますので、先青。で、次はどうしようかな。この紫いいよな。それは多分これやから、ちょっとやってみ。紫。I like this purple, and I think it's this, which I did use for the dress. But again, the dress is on that pink paper. So I think we're still good. And then with this white on top. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh. Even without water, it looks beautiful. 水なしで結構綺麗じゃないんですか？あら。そのまましたくなったけど、それも良くないかも。It's pretty. Yeah, I kind of like it like that, to be honest, but we're gonna go ahead with painting it. It's hair, so I do want it to kind of have some softness to it. So I think just putting that water over it does that. 髪やからちょっとちょっと待って、言葉出なくなった。何の言葉使いたかった。髪の何言いたかった頭大丈夫ですかブラウンちゃん。髪のふわふわじゃなくて柔らかさちょっと感じるからちょっと水塗った方がいい。さっきなんか水なしのまま綺麗になったけどちょっと柔らかさがないというかなので水も塗ってます。この辺ちょっと白いからもっと紫入れてるけど頑張ってください。You can do it. It's a bit white right here, so I'm just painting more purple over it. I might have to just let that dry and decide. Okay, じゃあちょっと置いとくわ。ドライしないと。Okay, so while that dries, we'll cut these out. Are we still filming? Wow. I'll say it again, I'm impressed by my iPhone 14 for still being able to take a video for this long. Although, I suppose that's because I've got enough storage. I pay extra for the monthly storage because I take so many pictures and so many videos. I just like documenting life, I guess. さっきカメラまだレコーディング中かどうか確認してもうすごいなこの長いビデオまだできるなんてもう iPhone 14やからちょっと古いものというかでも多分古いかどうか関係なくて多分データスペースがあるから大丈夫。あれ、毎月の iCloud 2テラのやつ払ってます。写真撮りすぎるから。写真撮りすぎブランです。はじめまして。Right now I'm just cutting her arm out based on the pattern, which is it's kind of smooth where her fingers are. So I might go in and cut in more details with I've got a little blade sort of cutter thing, or I might just draw lines where her fingers are. I mean, I'm probably gonna do that anyway, and that might be enough. We'll see. I haven't decided yet. 今手がちょっと丸くけど、後で細かく描くかもうちょっと切るけど、どっちみち指の線描きたいな。次、頭です。Next is her head. I already know without editing this video that this is gonna be a very slice of life sort of content. If you just like need someone to be in your ear but also watch them doing something. I'm kind of a big fan of that sort of content. I love watching people doing marbling videos. There's just something very peaceful and beautiful about it. So hopefully this is the content for you. I've kind of been doing this on TikTok recently where I show my outfits and my cat because he loves to take part. And I've got positive feedback about the sort of uneditedness of it, the first take, as it were. And so that's why I was kind of motivated to do this today for YouTube, because I haven't uploaded a YouTube video in a long time. It's just hard now. I don't have the time to edit a video. I wish I did. There's just so many things I want to do, and so I've just been trying to prioritize that. Apart from having the exhibition last month, I also took part in a pop-up in Osaka, and I took part in Peachtober, and so I had a different drawing every day of the month, which although I did start preparing for it in September, it still took a lot of my time up, which was lovely, but just no time left then for, say, editing a video. 最近 TikTok で編集なしのビデオ結構アップしてます。服の紹介とか、トークンの紹介、朝のビデオ毎日してないけど、それも編集なしで作ってて、結構反応が良かったから、じゃあ久しぶり YouTube ビデオも作ってないから、そういう感じでしないから今編集なしのビデオ撮ってます。私も TikTok 見るやつなんて一人のケーキ屋さんの人結構気になって、その人がケーキ作りながらいろんなことを話す。例えば今週このことあったよと、家買ったよ、このレノベートしてますよ、いろんな話してて、それだけ声とケーキをデコレーションにする。 めっちゃ好きで、じゃあ私もいろんなこと話しながら編集なしのビデオいいんじゃない？どうと思いますかみんな？ I've made so many different kinds of videos in my unpopular career as a YouTuber. It's not even a career, it's definitely a hobby, but yeah, I've made all kinds of videos, super edited, how to, traveling, and I suppose for some reason nothing's really stuck, I guess, in terms of being able to keep up with things. Although I will say I believe that there is, like, you know, the creativity part, right? Always have, always will be a creative person. So there is that consistency to my YouTube, I guess. Well, let me know what you all want to see anyway. みんなこの YouTube で何見たい教えてください。こういう編集なしのビデオ続きたいので、もし質問かそれを話してって言われたらリスト作ろうかな、次回のために。If you all want to hear me talk about something in particular or have any questions, I can make a list for my next unedited video where at least I have some talking points. これめっちゃ綺麗じゃない？ This is so beautiful. This is what I think I've been missing with the digital drawings. And see, that just fits like real nicely. I could even just draw her face, you know. I don't necessarily need to collage her eyes and eyebrows. So I might do that actually. That's a good idea. Save me some time. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to finish this obviously because I still need to do zare, but it's time for me to head upstairs and start preparing dinner, even though Tomo's already prepared it for me. Essentially, I just gotta take it out and set it all up. But anyway, I've gotta do that. So I think this is probably gonna be a part 2, and I will show you the end soon. So please stay tuned. もう晩ご飯準備できてるけど、ちょっと皿に出すとか温めるとかいろんなしないといけないから、でもう今学びだけ聞いたからザレも作らないといけないし、もう終われないから次回見てください。よろしくお願いします。Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you've stayed this long, I am very thankful. 今まで見たらめっちゃありがたい。じゃあね。